Uber and a lot of other stakeholders worked to go ahead and make sure that that was tight, and that's a really, really important component to make sure this is done safely. And then we had the 2-year extension, so it's not permanent. We still want to go ahead and continue studying it. The difference between the substitute that I'm going to ask to be adopted versus the one that came out of subcommittee is that Amazon had brought up a couple of issues, and so they were interested in some additional ways to train their drivers. And also there is a prohibition about delivering to dorms as well as prisons. That seems pretty common sense. They just wanted to make sure that we were doing that successfully. And so this is a fourth enactment clause that would have ABC kind of studying these issues and give them the flexibility and authority to go ahead and deal with these if there were any issues that arose. And so, Mr. Chair, with that, I would go ahead and move the substitute.
Okay. All right. All those in favor of accepting the substitute, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. So we're all right. I just want to make sure I'm clear. The substitute has amendments, or is it a whole new substitute?
Mr. Chairman, it's a whole new substitute.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. And the substitute's properly before us. Can I get a motion to report the substitute? All right, there's a motion, a second to report the substitute. All those in favor, please cast your vote. All those who wishing to vote on the matter, cast your vote on the electronic voting board. All right. That motion carries 21-0. It might be a little bit late, but since there was a substitute, I should have asked whether anyone in the audience wished to address the substitute. If you do, we do have a no vote. We do have plenty of people who can reconsider it. Was there anyone who wished to speak to that substitute? Okay. Again, I thank the committee for indulging me on
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That completes my report.
Thank you, Delegate Robinson. All right, next item on the agenda is a report from Subcommittee Number 4, Delegate Campbell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, we had 3 bills in which the patrons requested that they be stricken. Be House Bill 331 from Delegate Kryzik, House Bill 631 from Delegate Hudson, and House Bill 687 from Delegate Corey. Subcommittee recommends striking those bills by an 8-0 vote, and I would so move the same in a block.
Second. All right. All right. Any members have any questions about that motion? Which bills we're talking about? All minds are clear. Please cast your vote on the electronic voting board. Okay, that motion carries on a vote of 22-0. Delegate Campbell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We also had 2 bills before the committee that passed in the same original form that they came to the committee in. That would be House Bill 216 from Delegate Simons, and that bill dealt with an exemption to the definition of gift or tickets from agencies to their own officers with respect to the Conflicts of Interest Act. House Bill 444 from Delegate Bennett Parker, which was dealing with several changes to the conduct of virtual meetings by certain state and regional bodies. That bill was the product of a lot of voluminous work by Delegate Bennett Parker over the summer with virtually all the stakeholders. The subcommittee recommended reporting both of those bills by an 8-0 vote, and I would so move.
Okay. All right. That motion has been properly made and seconded. All members, please cast your vote. No. Please cast your vote on the electronic voting board. Yes. Okay. That motion carries 22-0. Delegate Campbell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We also have House Bill 150 from Delegate March. This bill essentially established a requirement that local governing bodies publish their minutes on any website they may possess within 7 working days of the final approval of the minutes. The subcommittee, this bill actually had amendments, and I'd ask council to report those amendments to the committee.
Mr. Chairman, the amendments for that bill were on line 17 after the word after. Strike the remainder of line 17 and through a meeting on line 18 and insert final approval of the minutes.
Okay. Someone move the amendments? I will. All right, there's amendments have been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. The amendments are before us. Is there a recommendation on the bill, Delegate Campbell?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I would recommend reporting with the amendments as the subcommittee voted by an 8-0 vote.
Okay. All right, it's been properly motioned and seconded. All those members wishing to vote on this matter, please cast your vote on the electronic voting board. All righty, that matter passes on a vote of 20-1, and I would, Delegate Carr, are you? Should we destroy the roll and vote over? Okay. I'd recommend that the patron get with Delegate Knight, Chairman Knight, to discuss his negative vote. And Delegate Campbell, there's one last bill, and I'm not sure whether the patron conferred with you or not, but she asked me if we could pass that by for the week so that she could make some work on it. All right. And so without objection, that bill passed by for the week.
That would be our report.
Okay, thank you, Delegate Campbell. Is there any other business to come before the committee this afternoon? All right, one last announcement. I made it after the meeting adjourned last time, but I'll do it before we adjourn this time. And that is next Tuesday, probably, most definitely, possibly at 5 o'clock. Tuesday, we're going to have presentations on the establishment of a retail cannabis market in Virginia. Right now, we have 4 presenters that I anticipate will make presentations. One clarification I'd like to make is that this is not necessarily for general public comment. There will come a time for that when we discuss individual bills. This is intended to be presentations made by experts in the field or the market or those who have policy background on enacting or establishing retail markets. So again, if anyone has someone they'd like to add to that agenda, please contact me and we'll try to make that happen. Thank the committee's and the audience's patience, and without objection, we will adjourn the meeting.
Mr. Chair,
Delegate Wampler.
we'll start subcommittee number 2 in about 5 minutes after this committee rises. That's
Okay.
okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate Wampler. We're adjourned.